Hey, your neighborhood Brandon Johnson hater here. Let's go ahead and jump into the video immediately. Let's see where this takes us.
You all stood up there and said you would not allow Trump to come in here and get these illegals. Yeah, you can smile. We're in a $1 billion deficit. And you spent half of our money, half of that on illegals. You campaigned and doubled down that you would not raise property taxes.
I won't raise your property taxes.
He did that.
You wanted to raise our taxes $300 million. They shut it down. Now we back here for $150 million. Okay. See, this is what we asking now. Since you want to crash out, some of y'all say y'all willing to go to jail for it.
Right.
Trump, Tom Homan, make an example out this Negro right here first. Please come here first, because you know what? We're going to help you. We want to forensic.
Ma'am, I would ask that you keep your, hold on a second, stop her time. Stop her time. Just a second. Stop her time. Ma'am, I would ask that you, if you want to continue speaking, you have to make sure that your language is appropriate, okay? All right.
We got Alex.
Okay, you can begin her time again.
You're going to spend our tax dollars to go, Michael Rodriguez, you said to take Trump to court to protect these illegals.
Right.
That's cool, because we about to make all of y'all elements famous. Y'all think this is how it's going to ride? I think not.
Okay, hold on, guys. I think our points are obviously solid. Brandon Johnson is not one that's going to sit here and say, you know what, hold on. Someone with a different political ideology is actually saying something. I should probably, most likely, listen also. No, it goes against his echo chamber, guys. Brandon Johnson definitely seems like the type of person who is looking to achieve more in his life than just some random mayoral win, let's just say this year. And what it looks to be on the outside looking in here, a very misleading one, because again, he was voted in for a specific reason, and then never actually helped the people who actually voted for him in any meaningful way that would actually help him. People thought that by getting Brandon Johnson basically into office, what would happen? Oh, the west side and south side of Chicago are going to start kind of getting something finally, because after years and years, decades of legitimately, the Chicago mayor saying to Chicago basically that they can't afford to do anything, and then immediately when the migrants come specifically, what happens? They get every single thing. All the schools that they had that are basically no longer active, they're now being turned, not all of them, but some of them have been turned into migrant shelters, specifically at the peak of all of this here, guys. All right, so you can't tell the people you can't afford something. Then when a whole brand new group of people come, you're like, don't worry, guys, I got you. You want free food, free rent, free everything? Sure, no problem. Tell your friends to come here too. That's basically how people, I think, are looking at this entire Brandon Johnson mayoral run, Chicago migrant crisis type of thing here, guys.
Flip Chicago red. We not playing.
This was going to happen to you. You got Cash Patel and Pam Bundy that you're going to have to deal with sooner than later. Then it's going to be an audit. Next, it's going to be an investigation. Then it's going to be an indictment. Conviction. That's what's going to happen to you.
That's not going to happen to him. But I hear what you're saying. I mean, obviously, there were a lot of people being paid gigantic amounts of money, specifically during the peak of the Chicago migrant crisis, guys. I mean, they were getting paid a lot of money. For basically nothing. Like, I'm talking about like tens and tens of thousands of dollars on a monthly basis to basically run these individuals through, right? There were real estate investors that were also being paid copious amounts of money that made no sense for the amount for what they were giving. Let's say this here. It doesn't make any sense. They were just taking any deal humanly possible. It almost felt like someone else's hands basically were being washed, let's say, behind the citizens' back here, guys.
Mr. Brandon Johnson, I'm up here. I am speaking right now, so I would love your undivided.
He sees your hat.
Please.
He doesn't care what you're saying.
I'll wait.
Wow.
So this just proves to you the lack of leadership that you show in this city. You can't even give me straight eye contact. Now, I'm going to let you know now, the people of Chicago, we're done with you.
It is insane how we have been voting Democrat for over 60 plus years, and we've never seen a change from people like you, Lori Lightfoot, Rob Emanuel. It is insane. Chicago was 37% red. In 2020, it was only 15%. So we're waking up. So you can pretend that this isn't happening, but I know for a fact that you will not have that seat the next election.
You so strong about protecting those aliens, but you won't do nothing for the U.S. citizens. I got a great way how we can what we can do with this budget.
Oh, they let her back.
First, let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything. Free housing, free schooling, free food. Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money. What, $600 million? Let's start there.
Yeah, but then he won't get any
let's
kickbacks.
Start with your salary. You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America. Let's start with cutting yours.
Nah, bro, Tiffany Henyard is worse. Or was worse, guys. Tiffany Henyard. Google her.
You making too much money. Let's start there.
The
you
super mayor.
Democrats, and you remember you told us to defund the police? Mm-hmm. Remember, you ran on that. Remember, you was to defund the police? Let's start with that. Let's defund the police detail that you have. And let's put the police back in our neighborhood, because we're not for defunding the police. Won't you just practice what you preach? Remove all the details. We saw you coming in today. You had all the police presence.
Right.
So let's take some of that away.
I'm sure. Okay, yeah. Hold on. What's interesting about that is that obviously when people these days, I think the left used to be decent, right? It was just like for people who, how do I explain this here? For people who didn't fully want to kind of dive too deep into either the left or the right, the left just seemed to be kind of the more safe choice, specifically about maybe a decade and a half ago, maybe for some people that sat in the center at least. But the left is no longer what it was, guys. It has now become like this monstrosity of a thing that kind of lives in a way that is not like, it doesn't fit in with the American public any longer. Like, listen, I'm all for the concept of like, propping up some random niche subgroup in the United States of America. Sure, if they need some assistance, they're obviously being targeted, et cetera, et cetera. I have no problem with the concept of it, but I don't think that should be the only thing that you do, right? Like there are so many issues, guys. And it's really hard to say, you know what, hey guys, listen, I'm going to go ahead and partake in a good amount of the talking points and I don't know, bullet points, let's say, that the left consistently puts out these days. It's really hard to side with them on things, knowing that kind of one vote for them means that you're voting for all of the nonsense. If that makes any sense. Like some of the loudest things that the left promotes, the loudest things, the things that you see all over social media, all of the stuff, basically. If you agree with them in one thing, you'll end up voting for them, right? But the problem is that by doing that, you're also now voting for all the things that you legitimately do not care about. And I've said this pretty much numerous times, specifically about Black Americans that always vote Democrat. Like, bro, talk to a Black American, all right? Talk to them, please. Talk to us, right? Like, talk to a Black person, all right? Specifically a Black man. Talk to a Black man, and ask him, kind of like line by line, do you agree or disagree with insert whatever topic? Let's say you'll start to realize that Black men are like generally super conservative. All right, like the more they speak, the more you realize they're not into none of the stuff out there that the left stands on. All right. I'm just telling you, like that just seems to kind of be it, right? So understand this here, okay? I think there's a messaging problem. I do think that the Republicans, kind of for a while, specifically during this decade and a half, have had a messaging problem. I would say that kind of recently, over the last maybe 3-4 years or so, the messaging problem has kind of ceased to be a little bit, I'd say, but. Guys, you have to be able to talk to the people because, again, you can take a good amount of Black men from the Democrat Party. All right. And I would highly suggest doing that immediately. All right. Specifically how it stands, at least, because there's nothing in it. I just, why would you want to be in a party specifically full of people who generally hate you for being a man? All right. Like they hate you because you're a man, like a straight man, at least. It seems like that. I would like for that not to be a kind of a true statement. Am I going to put my entire stock into that? No. Right. But it always comes off like that. It seems like get the man out completely. And then let's just have opinions exclusively from women. That's it. That's the Democrat Party right now, right? Like, I mean, that's it. There's like nothing else but that. Look at CNN. Where are the male anchors? Where'd they go, guys? Did they all disappear? Right? Where did they go? I don't know. Right? And then the men that are there are very interesting, right? I don't think many other men would just be like, you know what, I respect this man and his masculinity. He feels masculine, right? Like the energy is wrong. It's like it's off. It's not like that's what the Democrat Party basically represents to me nowadays. It's like find a man who hates himself for being a man, right? And wants to like embody kind of like the natural traits that generally women have in general, I'd say, like those type of submissive-ish type of traits, right? Not saying that obviously every single woman on earth is this, right? But it's definitely a Western thing. But understand what I'm trying to say here. I'm trying to put it into words here. They try to like emulate, like if you look at I don't know, like some of those like no men groups, like gyms and things like that. Look at the energy that kind of floats around there. That's what they're trying to embody. If that makes more sense here to some people that are going to be offended at the concept of like submissiveness, I guess. But that's what I'm trying to say here. All right. That's what I'm trying to say. The men on CNN kind of act like that to me. They sound like, they speak like that. They speak like, I don't know, they've never cut a tree down, or like, I can't explain it. Like they speak like they've never held a chainsaw or an axe or went to a shooting range, right? Like those type of people. That's how I perceive those men to be. Like I don't know, they accidentally hit their leg and they start crying on the ground. I can't explain it. Like these are the type of guys that I'm gonna keep going. They just don't feel like traditional men that I've like experienced, let's say, within my travels around the world. I've been to 140 countries, guys, right? So when I'm saying this, I'm coming from the perspective of understanding how men act in other places, right? Versus how some of the men act on CNN. And it's just like, I get it. Do your thing, right? I understand. I get it, bro. I get it. I get it. Do you match your tank top to your to your boxers? That's the type of energy I'm talking about, right? Like it's like a I don't know, like not a traditional man, right? And I do think that like it could just be me. I'm rambling now, but like it could just be me. But like when I encounter men, specifically where I live, like in the United States of America, at least, men are like, I don't know, they're different than like men that you would, I guess, experience in like California, like in the cities, or even like New York City at times, right? It's just different. But those are the type of men that it seems like CNN is trying to push, like the I hate myself because I'm a man type of man. I'm rambling. Listen, I'm gonna leave now. Okay. Listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. If there's more to this story, we'll follow it, guys. But again, I'm not like a super fan of the Johnson guy. I'm not a fan of him. But either way, I'll catch you guys later.